I'm going to try to rank Georgia's 5 best offensive weapons coming into 2022. Who are the 5 guys? And I'm going to put them in my order. I've thought about this for only a couple minutes, but who are the 5 best weapons for Georgia? Who are the 5 best weapons for Stetson Bennett to distribute the football to in 2022? Ryan Kelly from Dog Post here. I'm going to give you my list. My not very, very longly thought out list, but I have an idea. I see these guys all the time. I think that might know the answer. And I think there's not going to be a lot of conversation spent about who's number 1. It's that guy we know. Brock Bowers, pictured in DAWGSTRUCTION. Make sure you're checking that out. Link down below. I know someone who really likes this picture on the back. Shout out to that guy. But I'm going to try to put this in order, and we know how it ends. At number 5, I'm going Kendall Milton as the number 5 best weapon on Georgia. I'm going to go in descending order, so we'll go 5-1 or ascending, whatever. 5-1. Kendall Milton, he's a bruiser. He kind of bounces off people the way Nick Chubb does. I think that he could be a little bit of a workhorse for them this year, and we saw G-Day. He's gotten better in the passing game, and that's going to be really important for his development as a weapon and as an NFL prospect, and just for Georgia's offense as a whole. If Kendall Milton is catching footballs, that's a really good sign for Georgia. Not a guy who's seen the field a ton, has dealt with some injuries over his career, his first 2 years, and obviously he was behind Kenny McIntosh, James Cook, Zamir White. Well, 2 of those guys are gone, and Kenny McIntosh is his real threat for playing time right now, but they're going to be more of a duo in my opinion. Kendall Milton, my number 5 weapon for Georgia. I want to know you guys' list too. I want to know as many of you guys' list. You rank them 1 through 5, 5 through 1, whatever. I want to know who your top 5 weapons for Georgia are this coming season, because I want to compare. I want to know what you guys think. This is if I sat down and thought about this a little bit more, maybe I'd reorder it, but this is my kind of who are the 5 guys that I want the football in their hands. Kendall Milton's my number 5. Number 4, I'm going to go A.D. Mitchell. I'm going to go A.D. Mitchell for number 4. I think A.D. Mitchell is a stud. We saw him make plays in the postseason. We saw him make one of the greatest plays in Georgia history. It is. I don't care what Dean says or any of you say. It was one of the greatest plays in Georgia football history was Stetson Bennett's touchdown pass to A.D. Mitchell. He had that fun touchdown from Kenny McIntosh in the Orange Bowl. He's very shifty. We saw him make plays against Tennessee. He was a freshman. He's going to be better this year. He is the number 1 receiver for Georgia. That's not a question. We're not talking about tight ends, but he's the number 1 wide receiver for Georgia. He has good hands. He's fast. He's a good route runner. He's shifty. He has good size. I think A.D. Mitchell is an NFL wide receiver in the making, and I think he's a really good football player. Let me decline that call. But Adonai Mitchell, I think, is one of the better wide receivers in college football. I think that he's going to have a big season. I think the stats for some of these guys are maybe not going to line up with what their talent is because of how many weapons there are for Georgia, but it's going to be a good season for Adonai Mitchell, because I think now, Jermaine Burton's not there. The idea of George Pickens not there. He really is going to be catered to be their number 1 wide receiver. Lad McConkey is going to get a lot of touches too. I think Karis Jackson will get some touches. All right, 5 Kendall Milton, 4 is A.D. Mitchell. Number 3, I've got Arik Gilbert, and this is projection, but I think Arik Gilbert is a superstar talent. I think he's got the size. I think he's got the speed. I think he's slimming down. We know what he did in high school. We know that he showed some flashes at LSU, and we know he showed some flashes at G-Day. Arik Gilbert is a special talent. He is an NFL talent. I'm already seeing him on people's boards for next year as a top 10 pick. If you can believe that. People think that Arik Gilbert might be a top 10 pick next year. It's not completely out of the question. A little bit of a reach for me at the moment, but Gilbert, what a new weapon that Stetson Bennett is going to have to throw to. I think it's going to be a good year for Arik Gilbert. I'm not saying he's going to have a 1,000-yard season or anything. I don't really know if anyone's going to for Georgia, just because I think they're going to spread the ball out so much. I'm not ready to predict that. But Gilbert is a touchdown machine. We saw him get 2 touchdowns against the defense in G-Day. One was a diving catch. The other, defenders bouncing off of him. He's going to be a little faster when he slims down, and he's a big dude. He's 6'5", 6'6", and he can run. When he gets that weight down, I mean, he's already a problem, but he's going to be an even bigger problem if he gets the weight down to that target weight for them. I think they want him closer to 245, and it's my understanding he's closer to 270 right now. So came in overweight. Obviously, he took a year off of football. I think he's ready to be a real weapon for Georgia and be in that offense. So we got Gilbert 3, A.D. Mitchell 4, Kendall Milton 5. People are going to agree with the Kendall Milton one. I know they are. I know they're going to disagree because people are a little bit higher on Kendall than I am, but that's because of this guy, number 2. I think Georgia's second best weapon this year is Kenny McIntosh. That is probably the hottest take in this list, but I stand by it because I'm a huge Kenny McIntosh believer. I think what he's done in limited time, in limited snaps over the last 3 years has been really special. I think that he is super shifty. I think he's fast. I think he can handle contact, and I think that he's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. He's a good personality. He's going to be a leader on this Georgia football team. The ball is going to be in his hands a lot. Him and Kendall Milton, I think, are going to split 50-50-ish, but Kenny McIntosh is more versatile than Kendall Milton, a little bit faster than Kendall Milton, and I think that he's only going to get better and better as he gets more touches. This is a money year for a lot of guys, and this is a money year for Kenny McIntosh. He is, and Kendall Milton as well. Potential NFL prospects. James Cook and Zamir White just got drafted. Well, you have an opportunity to come in and have a better season than them. So, I mean, I think that you guys might disagree with me on thinking that Kenny McIntosh is going to have a better year than Kendall Milton, or he's a better weapon than Kendall Milton, but I think that he's one of those guys. I think Georgia is going to really need Kenny McIntosh this year. Obviously, it's a great running back room, but Georgia is going to need Kenny McIntosh. I think Kenny McIntosh is going to have a great year. Stetson Bennett, a great guy for Stetson to have checkdowns to, and that leads us to number 1, Brock Bowers. He was the best tight end in college football last year. I think he'll be the best tight end in college football for the next 2 years, and I think he'll go to the NFL after his junior year. He'll be a sophomore this year. He's fast. He's strong. He can jump. He can run. He can block. He can run routes. He can do it all, and he is productive, and he is a reliable target. I think he is one of the premier weapons in college football. I think he's the best weapon on Georgia, and he's one of the top 2 or 3 weapons in the SEC for sure. He might be number 1. Brock Bowers is that guy, and I think he'll be that guy again. Once he is healthy, I think he's going to be a star again for Georgia this year. He is clearly number 1 in my mind. So here's the rundown of my list again. Brock Bowers, Kenny McIntosh, Arik Gilbert, A.D. Mitchell, Kendall Milton. I think those are the 5 best weapons, and that is my current ranking for them, for the Georgia Bulldogs. Let me know what your rankings are. Let's see how different they are. Link down below for DAWGSTRUCTION. Comment down below. Make sure you go into the site, dogpost.com. Thanks, guys.